Choices Center here. So today I want to give you some tips to help you share your pregnancy with your boyfriend, your partner, whoever it may be that is the father of the child. I want to give you some specific tips to help you navigate that situation, especially if it's an unplanned pregnancy. My first tip for you is to get a pregnancy test. If you go to him before you get that positive pregnancy test, there can be a lot of what if conversations, a lot of anxiety, a lot of chaos. Or if you go to him after you have that positive test, you know that you're pregnant and you can have real conversations that are grounded in reality, in real life, and what is happening. My second tip for you is to know your options. Know about all the different options that you have. You don't have just one choice. Some people may feel like they have to get an abortion. Maybe that's how you're feeling. Feeling like you only have that one option is not having the choice to choose. So you want to make sure that you know all of the options that you have. You want to have all of the information that you need, all of the medically accurate information. There's different types of abortions depending on how far along you are in your pregnancy. All of those things can be very relevant to your situation. If you're looking into adoption, there's not just one form of adoption, there's several. And if you're thinking about parenting, there's lots of different resources out there for you. A place like Life Choices Center or Life Choices Center, if you're in our area, can be a great resource to help give you those options so that you can inform yourself, so that when you go to your boyfriend or your partner, whoever it may be, you can go to him with the information and you can have an informed conversation. It doesn't have to be anxiety filled or what ifs or do we have to do this. Instead, you can sit down and you can look at your options and you can look at it through the lens of medically accurate information that's grounded in reality. My next tip for you would be, if you're really nervous about how he's going to react, I would really encourage you to have a third party there. Maybe even go to a separate location like a counselor's office, a pregnancy resource center office, maybe somewhere like Panera or a coffee shop or a park. Go with that third party and to have a conversation with that third party ahead of time. Let them know you're pregnant. Maybe share the information with them that you've been going over, what you're thinking, and let them know when you might want them to step in and help you communicate what you're feeling, or when you may want them to be silent. But bring that third party with you to help you feel more confident and safe. My other tip for you is to be willing to listen. I would encourage you to go with him with the information. Tell him you're pregnant and just be willing to listen. Give him a little bit of time to process his feelings and his emotions. Maybe if you feel like he might need a little bit of time apart to discuss that, separate for 5 minutes, 5 hours, 1 day, with the understanding that you're going to come back together at a decided time and have a calm, collected conversation, maybe with that third party there again, to discuss what you're thinking and what you're feeling. My next piece of advice for you would be to have processed your own emotions a little bit. I'm not saying that you need to unpack them all or delve really deep into them. Just have a little bit of a grasp on maybe what you're feeling. Have taken some time to yourself. It's a big life change. It does not have to be the end of your life. It does not have to be the end of his life. It can actually make you stronger if you're in a committed relationship. But I would encourage you just to have taken some time to process your own emotions and then go to him so that you can clearly communicate how you're feeling. Maybe write down a couple of things like, I'm feeling very overwhelmed. If you're in a committed relationship, maybe you can have a couple of ideas of different ways that he can support you in this. It might be something as simple as, I would like for you to go to Life Choices Center with me and go over the information with me again. Just think about what your needs are, what your emotions are, so that you can communicate those feelings, those thoughts with him. One of my other pieces of advice for you would be to remain as calm as you can when you share this information. I know that it is in a very emotional, filled event, but I just would encourage you to go to him. Be willing to share your emotions, be willing to share your thoughts, be willing to listen to his, but share the news in the beginning as calmly as you can. So those are just a couple of my tips. I hope that you find these helpful in sharing with your partner, your boyfriend that you might be expecting. I would just, like I said, encourage you to just communicate how you're feeling and listen. Listen to how he's feeling, listen to his thoughts, and bring that information with you so that you can have a very informed, based in reality conversation about options and such, and listen to each other. And at the end of the day, the decision is yours to make. You have to do what is best for you, but I would encourage you to take his input, and especially if you're in a committed relationship, take his input, take his thoughts, and walk through this journey together. If you find that after sharing this news with him, he's just not interested in being a part of your life, or maybe your child's life, if you're interested in parenting, I would just encourage you that you can still do this, that there are people who are out there to support you. At Life Choices Center, we want to support you in any decision you make. We want you to make the healthiest decision for you, which is why we want to have all of that medically accurate information. If you're in our area, we would love to share with both of you guys that information. Don't be afraid to schedule an appointment with your boyfriend, your partner, whoever it may be, your husband. Bring him in so we can be that third party for you, so we can share that information with you and be there to just kind of help you navigate those emotions together. And finally, my final thought on sharing with your partner, boyfriend, husband, whoever it may be, the father of the child, is think about your next steps. Before you make a decision, I would encourage you to get an ultrasound. An ultrasound will tell you how far along you are. It'll make sure that the pregnancy is viable, as in it is healthy. It's not an ectopic pregnancy, a pregnancy that's implanted in the wrong place. It will tell you, like I said, how far along you are, how viable the pregnancy is, and it'll kind of just help you make that decision. If you feel like you want this ultrasound before you tell your partner, that can be a decision that you can make. Or maybe you'd like him to come to that ultrasound. That could be something great as well. So maybe that's just one thing to think about before you tell him. But that next step after that positive pregnancy test is really an ultrasound. We do offer free limited first trimester ultrasounds at Life Choices Center. So if you're in need of one of those and in our area, feel free to give us a call. I hope that you found this information helpful, and I just want to let you know you're not alone in this journey. Even if you feel like you are, there's people out there that are thinking of you and here to support you. So I hope once again you found this helpful, and I hope that you can tell your boyfriend or partner, whoever it is, with confidence.